We got amazing people on this panel, and we're just happy to be here at UCLA, and we want to basically talk about gaming, right? That's what we're here for. So I want y'all to introduce yourselves and let everyone know about you.
Hello, my name is Drake, or known as Exalt. I'm a professional Valorant player and streamer, partnered on Twitch. I've been gaming since I've had a controller in my hand since I was 6 years old, had my own console since I was 9, competing since I was 16. It's just a passion of mine, gaming and fitness, so, glad to be able to, do it at a professional level, and yeah, just blessed to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my name's Andre Francisti. My in-game name is Baby Bay. I don't know why that's my pro name, but it is.
Maybe it's your voice. That's why. Hello.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I've been a pro since I was 15. Literally, I'm 28 now, and I've been a pro in 4 different games. I've pretty much done it all. I've done streaming, YouTube, everything at a pretty successful rate. So I've pretty much done everything there is to do in gaming, and now I'm here to continue on and to figure out what I want to do with my platform and stuff like that.
Bless. Well, I'm honored to be here with you two professional gamers. My name is Rasul. I am a rapper and producer and multimedia specialist. And my reason why I'm on this gaming panel is because I also develop video games in the metaverse, blockchain sports games, as well as many other games. And yeah, I got interested in doing that because I was a Minecraft builder as well as a huge GTA Online player. And playing those games made me interested in creating games like them where I could own my own IP, but also take ownership of the gamified assets that, are so valuable within those games. I wanted to be able to create them and to be able to create a world just like that. And so I utilized the blockchain and technology like the sandbox and many others to kind of put that into play. And I've won awards in this field. I've also have a large user base all around the world. And I'm, very happy to have people streaming my music and my games on Twitch. I also have an associated Twitch channel where I stream games, other people's games, and my music.
All right. I think we're missing one seat, huh, down there? Somebody else supposed to be here.
Oh, that's my friend Nobody.
Oh, that's your friend? All right. Oh, wait, hold on. We got somebody in the audience. What's up, Crypto Stash? Why you not up here? Come up here, man. Come on up here. He's one of the biggest Web3 gamers. Come on, man. One of the biggest Web3 gamers there are is Crypto. How humble he is, just sitting there, and look at him. Come on, we got one more seat, man. You got to come up here and talk about gaming. Come on.
I actually met him at 3XP earlier.
Right, come on, he's been
year,
everywhere.
Man. He's a cool guy, bro. Cool guy, nonetheless.
All right, come join us. Thank you.
Why you gotta put me on the spot like that, man?
Hey, you know it. Hey, listen, you gotta give your flowers while you're here. You work hard to be where you're at, so you deserve to get your flowers.
He's the reason why I downloaded the sandbox.
Ah, you're too kind. You're too kind. Yeah, my name is Crypto Stash. Or I just go by Stash mostly these days. I play video games. That's about it. I'm not a professional gamer like these guys. I mean, not really. I'm a professional clown, maybe. I stream. I do videos. I talk about gaming.
Fans, man. You're not just. Oh,
I talk about gaming and crypto.
I play video games after work. No, you're a dynamic. You got a credible audience. And with that being said,
I do a lot of things though. Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, is now in today's age, people are trying to get into gaming. How do they build audience, and where do they start to brand themselves? Anybody want to take it?
Yeah, I think, especially for me and him, I think becoming pro and being really good at your game can be one way, one route that you can take into building your brand. If you're good, people are going to want to watch you. They want to learn from you. That's kind of how I got my start going on. I was just playing games for fun, just messing around. And then all of a sudden I started just beating everybody. And a team reached out and they're like, hey, you're really good. Come play a tournament. You show up to the tournament, you do good. People see your face. You're playing on stages like that. It's kind of just like traditional sports in a way, people kids like to see their favorite players and they thrive to be like them. So you can use that, all the popularity and notoriety you get in your game, and then once you get into streaming or YouTube or making clips of yourself or doing tutorials on how to be better, that's where you're kind of getting all your attention from. So I think that's what me and him pretty much did, and I think that's like one of the good ways that you can, build a brand off of gaming.
Go ahead, Russell.
Yeah, I took a very unique approach to building an audience. So I liken myself as the cool herc of the metaverse, being one of the first independent hip hop artists in the metaverse. And so what I did was take advantage of a really great opportunity for an artist like myself. During Alpha Season 3, when it first started, I decided I'm going to make Alpha Season 3 is a season within the Sandbox game. I decided that I was going to make music that went alongside with each different week. So it was like Alpha Season 3 was 3 months long. It was 10 weeks. And so each week I would sum up all of the activity that had taken place in that experience, and I would release it. And honestly, there was no one else creating music for this space. There was no one creating music for these times, right? But think of it like in school. When you go to school, right? There's music that you listen to in the locker room with your friends or at the lunch table or outside, right? And this music kind of like becomes the jello for the fruit, which is the memories, right? And so I created the only music within this space that would be that for this community. And so it just grew very rapidly. So after dropping 10 consecutive songs each week, some of the songs I make on stream so that they see I'm freestyling these songs. I'm making the beats from scratch, and I'm inspired by the games that I was encouraged to play throughout that season. And it took a while for people to realize, oh, this guy also makes games and not just music. And when they made that connection, then my audience really grew and they wanted to play the games that I was creating. So that's how I did it.
Okay, all right. So I'm actually on a question. What is the game you fell in love with, and what's the game you hate the most? Go all the way down. Go ahead, Stash. I'll let Stash go. Go ahead, Faith.
Oh man, I mean like a million games. I love a million games at least. Recently though, man, I've been playing the hell out of Baldur's Gate 3. That game is a lot of fun, man. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. A game I hate? You know what? I'm gonna get some hate for this. I don't like Minecraft. I never have. I've never liked Minecraft.
I agree, bro.
Come on, bring it. But I don't like it. I've never been a fan. Sorry. Yeah.
I like Minecraft.
I like Sandbox, but I don't like the Minecraft. I could never.
It's a difference. They're not the same.
No, they're definitely not. They're definitely not.
Definitely
you know what? It's too pixelated, man. It's too pixelated and blocky. I can't do it.
I love Minecraft. I've had some really great times in Minecraft, but I can understand if it's not your bag. It's cool, but you could have sat over there. But
well, no, hey, you know, but you know what though? And to his question that he asked earlier, the cool thing about that is that even a game that sucks that you don't like, if you find community there and you find friends there, you can have a good time. I've definitely been in a game where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this game out, see what's up, and then I don't find my people. I don't find people like that play the game that I can hang out with, that I vibe with. And I want to like the game. I want to be there. But if I can't find that community, why do you stick around? Especially if it's a multiplayer. But I could do that in a game that maybe it's not my favorite game, but I still find those people. I'm like, that's what makes it amazing.
I agree.
And that's what turns an average game into a great game.
I agree with that. My other favorite game is Grand Theft Auto, and I can't think of a game I don't like at all. I don't play any other video games, though. I play the games I make, and I play Grand Theft Auto and Minecraft.
I mean, for me, the game that I love, it was at a young age, it's tied between two games. I grew up playing Counter-Strike and Gears of War, so I met a lot of people who I've known for over a decade that become life friends of mine. So that's why those games hold a special place in my heart. And for a game that I hate, dude, I'm probably sports games, to be honest. I think they're boring. So
You're saying that's the wrong conference.
Sports games,
don't say it too loud, guys. You just said you hate sports games.
I just can't play it, I just
sports games
cannot
the only
play
thing I know how to play.
To sit down and play Madden. I don't know. I watch people play Madden, but play Madden.
We got a Madden rep here somewhere too. I know
hey, listen, man. I'm sorry, bro, but I'm sorry. I like my FPS games, man. I like my shooters. So
He needs the dopamine rush of
right
of taking someone out. Bah! You sicko. I think for me, it had to have been the Halo series growing up. My dad got an Xbox for me. Well, not for me, for him. And I ended up just taking over when I was a kid growing up. And I had a lot of good memories playing even just local LANs with my buddies growing up, next to each other, split screen, everything, bro. We're trying to win, trying to get ranked 50 or whatever it was, bro. And yeah, that's just kicked it off for me, bro. I played sports my whole life. and Halo just ruined it.
LAN parties were the best, dude.
Yeah, they were fun.
I love playing with everybody in the room. It's great.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then I think a game that I hate, it's probably got to be like Fortnite. I just never saw the appeal in it. It's just nah, it's not for me.
You don't think it's a better game now that they've made some changes?
I just never was in it in the first place, so there's no way I'm gonna try playing it now.
I was just trying to
You
get
know what
it
I mean?
out. I don't like.
You know what I mean?
I don't like it either. But
You know what?
I won't even
you.
touch the game, bro.
I didn't. I played it early on. I was like, it's okay. I don't really like the building elements, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't play it. But man, dude, in the last year, they've had so many great collaborations with really big IP. When you talk about what's the metaverse, right now it's Fortnite. Dude, when you can go in there and play as Darth Vader, and then you can go in there and play, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different characters, or you can play as Geralt from fucking The Witcher. That's awesome.
right now you can play as that social media streamer, the guy who shows you a better way to do something. No, there's the African guy. He's like, he doesn't say words. He just goes. It's funny.
Yeah. And that's cool. I mean, but I'm still not playing Fortnite. Sorry.
I knew Fortnite was dope when they had John Wick. At one point he was on there. I was like, wow. Now
the John Wick one was nice.
Yeah,
was
like now
nice.
you can play as like good characters. But so how do y'all feel? You know, because we have Web 2 and we have Web 3 on panel. And how do you feel about play to earn games? Is it a future or is it just a fad?
So for me, like, I just wish that it was already like advanced, and because I just feel like, man, when I was growing up playing games, I didn't earn anything, bro. Like, it's sad. Like all the hours I put into these games, man. Like Halo, all this stuff that like kind of just like didn't really get me anywhere besides like the next game. I just feel like if I was able to have something in return for that, and not just like the memories of my experiences doing it, that would be like really nice. Like, who knows, man? Maybe like something that I did in Halo a while ago. Maybe it would be something that was rare for somebody to have now. You know, like I don't know. So I just wish it was more advanced than what it is right now. But I'm glad that it's getting there, because I think that the whole idea of play to earn is just entices people to want to play video games even more. And everybody likes to play, but they're like worried that, like I don't want to waste my life at the same time, right? So I think it could attract more people to do what they love.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, I think play to earn is definitely going to be a lot more popular. We definitely can see it surging now. Just to be able to get value out of your time and being able to like purchase things that you can take like with you that are tangible, may not be like physical tangible, but something that you have and you own for the time that you spend playing. So yeah, I mean, for me, I could think of so many games I've put thousands of hours in that I probably don't play anymore, and it's just I got nothing to show for it other than I put 5,000 hours in this game. That's about it. I got nothing to show for it other than I'm developed this skill, but other than that, that's it.
Absolutely. My daughter is who inspired me to start playing video games after, like, I put down my Genesis, like, 3 centuries ago. And she wanted to play Minecraft, right? And so I walked past the TV, her playing Minecraft, and when I walked back this way, I wanted to play, right? And so then I bought a new Xbox after my first time playing so that way I could play. And I earned all of these things. I got the Ender Dragon skull. I went here and there, and then eventually I wanted to play another game. I got Grand Theft Auto, right? And I earned $200 million worth of in-game currency
I'm
in
about to
that
say
game.
$200 million.
No,
We all about to
which
hit
is
you up.
$11,000. Which is $11,000 in
Like,
US.
yo, can I get $5? Let me get $5.
We're going to club with him tonight, bro.
$3.
Which is $11,000 in U.S. currency. Either way, I cannot cash that out, right? And so, although I enjoy the game and I enjoy the experience, it would be great if I could kind of take these things with me, right? And so that's what led me to go, hey, this play to earn thing, which wasn't anything that I knew anything about. Actually, I was watching YouTube and came across this guy, and he was like, hey, why don't you try this out? And I was like, are you talking to me? He was like, no, I'm talking to everybody. I was like, oh, okay. And I did try it out.
I was talking to you.
Oh, you're talking to me? And I tried it out, and I tell you what, I
the
topped the
force.
Ethereum music charts by selling my music for a crypto token called Sand, right? And at the same time, when I was on these charts, Outkast was below me, and Snoop Dogg, he was below me, and I started making fashion wearables, right? And I'll tell you what, Gucci couldn't sell more than I could, right? Because they're not talking to an audience like us, an audience of our peers. They're talking to a large group of people who don't necessarily know exactly what we're doing, right? And so I had more people coming to play my games than the Atari map, which is just right there, right? And so that's what I loved about the decentralized nature of what we're doing, right? Because now you know what I never wanted to do? I never wanted to turn on my video game and then realize, okay, the only way to monetize how good I've become at this Grand Theft Auto thing, and I'm really good, is to turn on Twitch and then have that make the money for me. I never wanted to do that, right? And so now your really great idea gave me an option to be able to use my creativity as a 3D designer, to also take the IP and those crazy ideas that I had as a child, to this imaginary world that's in my head, to build it for other people to enjoy. And also a place where my music can live and tell that story that I've been trying to tell all these years. And so I really think it's a great opportunity for us to really take ownership of what it is that we create. And also, I have friends all over the world, and I've been walking around this building today, and I'm meeting with some of those friends that I've met from all over the world 2 years ago, right? Like, hey, man, what's going on? It's good to see you, and it's good to see you. And so I feel like I'm more interconnected with the world community. I don't have to talk to them through my Xbox platform. I own my connection to these people. I don't own the people, but I own the pipeline to get to them. And that's the most valuable thing to me. And so I want to thank you, bro. You really did some good work out there, fam.
Thanks, work. You know what? I'm going to go a different direction here. Play to Earn is dead. And y'all look at me like, what? No, they were just telling all these great things about it. Why would you say something like that, man? And look, you know, we have been through some trials and tribulations in this industry, in the Web3 industry, we'll say. And the term play to earn has been tossed around a lot. As an umbrella term, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't really represent exactly what is going on and what could go on. I think when people hear that term, they just think like, oh shit, anybody could just jump on and they'll be a millionaire playing video games. And then that doesn't happen. And then what happened? They're like, oh, NFTs are a scam. It's all a scam. All of it. Because what's happened so far has been disappointing, very euphoric at some points, and then incredibly disappointing at most other points, right? When it comes to what we've seen in the play to earn industry so far.
He's not lying.
But that's because this is a paradigm shift that is so incredibly large when it comes to the gaming industry that it doesn't just happen overnight. You know, it's not like we have this foolproof formula. It's like, oh yeah, shit, there's a formula right there. It works perfectly, guys, right out the gate. No one ever did that. And we're still trying to figure it out. You know, I think there's a couple projects that are on the right track, but the idea and the concept of being able to retain the value you bring to a game in multiple different ways, whatever that may be, I think that is very powerful for gamers in general. And it's something that's been kind of missing from the industry. And on one of these other previous panels, they were talking about subscription services, right? Where basically you don't own shit anymore. You know, you used to have the DVD. But like now, if you want to watch a movie, maybe you download it, you pay for it on a streaming service, and you get it for a little while. But like you don't really actually have anything that you can then resell, and so that is a trend going that direction. Now, funny enough, we've never had that really in gaming for the last. Well, I mean, we've had it, but not really recently, right? One of the best things about gaming back in the day is, man, you go to the store, maybe like a GameStop, you buy that game for like $60, play it for like 6 months, and then bring it back, and like, hey, I'm going to sell you my game. Will you buy my game back? Oh, yeah, sure, we'll buy it. $5. But hey, I'll take it, man. That's better than what Steam gives you. You know what they give you for a game you played already and you're done with it? Anybody know? How much?
$0 and
$0.
And 50 cents.
And 30 cents, yeah. So, I mean, play to earn has its place. What we've seen so far and what the industry has put forth, you know, in my consideration, is dead. But long live play to earn.
Can I
it's coming.
Speak to that for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
He's absolutely right. One of the biggest problems with play to earn isn't the ecosystems itself, though. It's not the ideas. It's because a lot of people say, oh, Sandbox is a scam. This company's a scam. Company scam, right? Well, we have companies, right? And so as companies, what we learned is it's people scam, right? They take advantage of the system. They drain all of the money out of the system, and now what I promised to you, I can't give to you because I can't give 20 of you guys what I promised to you because one of you bought it, the whole system, and stole it all, right? And so now you're going to say it's a scam, and we're going to look and go, how do we prevent that guy from doing that?
And we still haven't figured that out, and that's what I'm saying. So when we talk about play to earn, you know, extraction is the very first thing. You know, when the thought of like, oh my gosh, if I'm a gamer and I could just go in and play video games, I don't even have to be a professional like these guys. I don't got to be on camera. I don't got to slept 8 hours on stream. I just go in and I'm just going to make $100 a day. What? And you know, in some cases that could be the case because the systems that people have built, games that have built thus far, are just not foolproof enough where we've mitigated all those situations and learned exactly how to build a system that is. I don't think we could build a system that's not gameable at all. That's not hackable or have those vulnerabilities. But at least find a way to reduce those. Because there's a lot of friction in the traditional gaming world when it comes to these things as well. I don't know how many people here have ever bought and sold an item that they shouldn't have. Anybody ever bought something in the black market for a game where they're not supposed to and the toss says, hey.
Wait, black market?
Nobody here has bought a skin or an item for anything outside of the game?
Market.
Y'all lying ass mother. I know you have, man. It doesn't go well all the time.
I genuinely haven't done that, but I believe that you have.
I'm the only one? Seriously? Wow.
So let me ask you this then, okay?
I'm a DJ. I don't know.
So what do you think the landscape, like in the next 5 years of gaming, how do you think, like what do you see, like the innovation, the technology, where do you see where gaming can go?
Well, I feel like the solve to the issues that Crypto Stash just eloquently laid out is there, right? And it's not a technical solve, right? It's very much like a real sport, right? When you go onto the field, there's no sensors and code that figures out who got the ball over the line, who got tackled, what line did he get tackled on. There are men. There's an official going, did he do it? I don't know. They convey, let's look at the tape, right? And this is the kind of way that we make the game fair, right? Well, these are the type of things that need to be deployed in our type of gaming to be able to. So what I'm saying is you still have to spend time with your customer, right? If you spend time with your customer, then one thing, you're creating memories. You're creating a space where you can actually make sure it's a safe space or it's the type curated to the type of space that you want it to be. But most importantly, you can make sure that the gamified aspects of it are fair. In fact, I created a sports game called Nowhere Fast, which is a jetpack race, right? And at Nowhere Fast, I had officials in the race. So I didn't have the game itself calculating who won because people will figure out how to break that, right? What I did was I had my business partner in the game watching. I've got other people in the real instant watching who's coming around the corner, and we're rewarding and awarding the people that are winning the game in real time, just like an actual sport, right? And so I guess the way for us to really get to it is to stop being lazy, right? We want the blockchain to do everything, but at the end of the day, if we let the blockchain do everything, what we're doing is robbing ourselves of experience, right? Because I love every moment I get to spend with Bad Alphabet, Wicked U, OG Shakespeare, and all my other friends when I go to play these games, right? And even if I'm just there to make sure that it's fair for them and that the person that's gonna get the sand rewarded at the end gets that sand, at the end of the day, I had a great time. Just like the soccer official.
Go ahead, Drew.
I think games in 5 years, I mean, we can see it now a little bit with the Oculus Rift and like the metaverse and like what they're trying to do with that, where you're able to like put on a headset and you're in space, just chilling. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that is where it's gonna kind of go into that Ready Player One type of world where everyone's trying to like pretty much a world away from the world that is life, which in some cases can be very depressing.
Digital avatar is almost first person.
Yeah, like I think that's kind of where it's headed. That's where people want it to go. If the technology is there, we won't know, but I can definitely tell with what everything that is happening that it's headed in that direction. And yeah, I'm curious to see if I'll be alive to see it, because who knows, right?
Yeah,
Who knows? I'm saying in general, like.
Are you alright? We should energy drink sponsor. That's very dark. Gee, we're going
I didn't mean to like
it.
that. I want to be 10 in 5 years, but we don't know how long it can take, but it's pushing.
Something we should know.
Yeah, I think it'll be longer than 5 years for gaming to evolve into like full VR setups. But they are doing tests right now. I've seen tournaments actually for esports where like they are playing like the games that we're playing right now, but in VR. Like the same type of games, but just the VR version of it. And like, it's just funny. Like you see a bunch of guys like in a room with the VR headsets on with like a treadmill, and they're like actually playing the game as we would play it with a mouse and keyboard. And it's definitely more like physically taxing, but like also you can do a lot of more cooler things in the VR space in terms of your movement and like everything that it tracks. It's like way more realistic, right? So I think that is pretty cool.
So I
That will happen eventually.
I come from the era of like laser tag. Remember, like pew, pew.
Yeah, so fun.
That era's done.
You got a set?
No, I like to go to the actual laser tag place, man, because they got everything all hooked up. They got the space, and that's cool. I like that.
I would love that.
No, but when it comes to what's going to happen here in gaming in the next 5 years, it's going to be digital identity. And the reason why is because we have seen, in particularly competitive gaming, esports, a lot of cheating. And, with the rise of AI, man, it's going to get even worse. Like, you guys think that, some of these things are bad now? Have you seen the AI playing Valorant and how, dude, bro, you could not compete against that AI, dude, you're dead. So what comes
It's like Terminator, right?
they don't care. But what's going to happen here in the next 5 years is the progression of digital identity, where your personal identity is tied to your gamer handle tag that can be used across everything. Not just, I got one for Xbox, I got one for PlayStation, I got one for Epic Games, I got one for Steam. It'll be something you can use across all of these things, right? But in a way where your information can be verified, but not public, right? Where you don't have to put your actual name out there, your date of birth, your social security number, they want your mother's maiden name and shit, right? Those things can all be behind a wall, and honestly, you can use blockchain technology to do this. So when people talk about, blockchain, NFTs are a scam, and they're just trying to get your money, they just don't realize what the technology can do in the background. It's not about it being in the forefront, it's about what it can do to improve what's going on in the background. And so, I'm not going to get too crazy technical, but if you guys know ZK technology, which is zero knowledge proofs, right? We're already starting to see some of the very first digital identities powered by this, and that will 100% be the future, because you can verify that that's Exalt playing that freaking character in Valorant and not some AI or some other dude that's stepping in for him. That's going to be the future of gaming here in the next 5 years. It's coming, and it's going to be powered by what? Blockchain and NFTs. And you know what? Are people going to fight back and be like, hold on, I was in the Creator League, but I didn't know there was NFTs. They didn't say nothing, and now I'm out because NFT bad. Well, everyone's going to be using them, and they're not going to know, and they're not going to care by then. Right now, maybe they care because they want to make they want to make a stink about it and get some press, but eventually that's what's going to happen. No, does anybody here know how your TV works? How's your TV work? Do you know?
I work in display manufacturing.
Oh, shit.
She actually knows. She knows.
Anybody wants to like that shit?
You pointed over there. Yeah, you did.
But in general, the technology can be better. You don't even know how it works. It just needs to give you a better experience. And blockchain and NFTs will do that. Maybe they're not doing it for every game and for every person right now, but they will. It's coming.
I also want to make a comment before we change the subject as well. And just to let you know, the VR thing is coming. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome.
Gotta ice my knees.
However, the treadmill, the VR headset, the computer, right? Here's what's covered with that, right? Your food, right? You're good. You got gas. You know you're getting to work, right? Okay, your kids are good. They're good. You already went on vacation. A lot of things are covered before you get a treadmill and a VR headset and take time to run around on that thing, right?
Yeah.
That's not the future, my friend. I mean, it might be the future for some of us. Gaming is going back to the phone, right? The stuff you're doing on your console or on your PC, it's gonna go to the phone as well. Because to make this thing worldwide, we gotta go to the lowest common denominator, right? Get it in everyone's hand. Everyone has a phone. That's the
VR is great. It just has a hardware problem.
Yeah.
It'll get there, but it's still not there. I mean, I like VR. I mean, I've been using this in the beginning. Have you guys, anybody here played Half-Life Alyx? Best game in VR.
It's fine.
I played a lot of
I remember that.
It's cool.
It's really good.
Well, it surprised me, dude. I'm sorry. That was not peak for a minute.
You were trying to ask your question.
No, I played the game as well. Yeah, I was just confirming, but it was very loud.
It's good. Yeah. But VR has a little bit of time. We just don't have the best hardware right now. Like, it really needs to catch up with the software.
And not just that, but then the people, like, can we get it affordable, right? Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, and that's how all technology starts, right? Super expensive, only elites getting it. You see Apple headset, it's like $5,000. Shit, I don't know, man. And they're like, what can you do with it? You can sit on your couch and you can scroll apps and stuff. Man.
Need a couch, a house to put the couch in.
Well, the reason why I say that is that a lot of, lately in the media, you see like a lot of emerging tech or VCs are funding, trying to move away from the cell phone, away from that with like, audio devices that record and displays, wearable devices that's actually in your clothes. How can we gamify that with technology, with using those technologies, moving away from displays and away from phones?
That's coming before.
Yeah, they are working on that now.
AR is definitely going to have a bigger application before VR really sees like a mainstream adoption.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of you guys see Facebook's announcement with their AR and like Ray-Ban, where you can like Google anything, you look at it? That's the first application I've seen of that technology that feels like seamless and integrates into our daily life. Anyone see before this like Google Glass? Oh, way too early, guys. But this one works, right? And I think that we'll start to see more and more AR stuff come up. And I think that eventually VR tech could come out of that. But there's a new device that needs to happen. We'll move past mobile phones, like holding something in your hand and shit with the screen. Like in 20, 30 years, people like, ooh, you had to hold the phone the whole time? You had to hold the phone the whole time? Ugh. Why would you do that? You're touching it. Watch. Because I'll tell you right now, man, I was doing internet shit in the mid-90s. And people were like, no, spend money on it. Put your credit card on that. There's nothing but hackers there. That's horrible.
Remember
that never worked.
Remember the Nokia phones that had like no flip, it was just a box. You had to pull that
brick, the Nokia brick.
Yeah.
I love that thing. You never had to
Tech moves fast, man. It's coming. It moves real fast now.
That's what phones everyone had too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
StarTAC was the.
Then all
I don't know about that.
All my rapper friends got the that sidekick thing, and then I was like, all right, man, because I'll be texting them and I'll be like, cycling through, and then I would send my text and they were like, okay, cool, man, really good. I'm like,
I know. I thought it was funny.
The BlackBerry was actually one of the really cool early devices, man. Like if you guys remember BlackBerry, but like having a tiny little keyboard right there with the screen, that was actually like pretty cool back then.
I was so old. I remember the pagers. We used to text dirty things on pagers like boobs, 80888s. You know what I mean? And like, dude, it's cool. We're in that technology.
Wait, how did we get here? We're off the rails a little bit. Sorry, man.
No, I think it's all relevant though, because we're talking about what's new, and we had to talk about what's coming, how we used it, right?
Definitely. I think that's a wrap, isn't it?
That's how we're ending it. That's the finale.
That's finale.
That's the finale.
That's it. Now.
Are you ready? Well, I wanted you to anticipate. Do you realize the moment? You missed it.
Listen, I like general conversation. I don't like to be like, hey, so let's talk about technology. How are you today?
Just doing fantastic.
When you were 7 years old, how did you feel about technology? Let's go ahead and do therapy session. No, I mean, I think the deep conversation that you need to have is technology and how you interact with it. Because the future is going to change. And whether we like it or not, they're coming. And the corporations are coming. The major people are coming. They're going to change the space.
They.
I
don't know
when they say that.
I don't know when they get it.
Knows they.
But we don't even know if we're going to be alive in 5 years to witness this.
I mean, honestly, you guys,
we're all just playing games to escape our reality. Okay.
5 years, we may not know this.
We don't know. We don't know. Like who knows?
Before we evaporate from these chairs.
Yeah, we don't know.
So we want to
but it's great to have the conversation. Everybody's dope. Our amazing panel, and always stay fun and keep laughing. And use video games as escape from reality, but at the same time, have fun.
You want to see if they want to ask us some questions.
Do we take questions? I know we didn't take questions.
They want to take questions.
Go ahead and take questions. I didn't know that.
I got one question. So,
What's your name?
Rachel.
Oh, I saw you before.
Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
There we go.
Okay, so the question I have, so my little brother, 19 years old, just turned 20 actually, he is a gamer, he does streaming, he does YouTube. He's a little nervous about getting into Web3 gaming, and we've talked about the play-to-earn models. He thinks that actually takes away from the fun of the game. So I know the benefits of play-to-earn models. What are some of the drawbacks, and how do we talk about it outside of our bubble, right? To people who aren't in the industry.
Oh, can I answer that for a second?
Great question.
Well, I think it's like different categories with different people. You know, you got gambling and casinos for adults. You know, I guess that's what we'll care about is play to earn. That's not his thing, so I guess he has to like
No,
report to you.
he's a valid concern, and I think that Crypto Stash was about to hit it right on the head.
Go
Because
ahead, Stash.
It's fair that it's about the money and less about the fun of this game.
Yeah, I mean, why can't it be both? So what it comes down to is that if the game did it right, that's exactly how it would be. And that's what I'm saying. Right now, we're kind of early, and so there's a lot of games that kind of take advantage of this narrative of playing to earn and trying to get people hyped into it. And it is more focused around the actual earning element, right? Some people actually do like that. I mean, it's already been happening. Once again, I told you guys, apparently nobody here has done some black market transactions, but selling WoW Gold, I'm sure you guys have heard of that, right?
What are you into right now? Like, it's a lot of black market talk. Like, the fans are coming in.
Is it? Yeah, I mean,
he confessed.
There
you go.
So can it take away from? Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But like if it's done well at a certain point, it should do that because it gives the experience that each person wants and needs from that game.
It makes developers mad. Honestly, when we create games, they go into the alpha, right? Specifically Sandbox Alpha, right? And then Sandbox goes, we're going to give you a bunch of money to speedrun this, right? Now no one's reading our story, no one's finding out our lore and all this stuff we put time into. They're rushing to this spot, hit E, then they rush over there, they hit E, and yeah, so we don't like that. They're not experiencing our stuff, so there has to be a balance.
Yes, I was going to say there has to be a balance,
Yeah.
but it's disruption proof, right? Like bear market proof, because I played, DeFi game, and once the bear market came, like everyone stopped playing it because the main
Because it wasn't a game.
died.
It wasn't, that's what I'm saying, because it wasn't actually a game in the first place, and that's the difference. And so we have a lot of that right now, and a lot of that is what's given the NFT, Web3, and DeFi space a bad name in the mainstream gaming space, because what do gamers who don't get into NFTs and Web3 see? They just see the headlines, and the headlines have been bad. When you see like Axie Infinity and stuff like that, that's a big one that's made a splash with people if they don't know anything about Web3, and they're like, man, look at this, oh, it was a complete failure, everybody lost all this money. We see a lot of hacks and things. I mean, we could argue that. But what it comes down to is that it wasn't sustainable. So if you want to call something not sustainable, not a failure, that's fine. But the economy they built and the platform they built that from was not sustainable. But once again, it was so early though. We're just trying to figure these things out still. And but you're right. We're in a phase right now where you kind of have to do that. But there are some great Web3 games out there that utilize NFTs and tokens in a way that are not extractive or not focused on that. And the games are just hella fun. And honestly, I'll play them even if they didn't have those things. Those things actually give you an additional layer of things. Example of great games I like. Champions Ascension is a great game I love to play. Star Atlas has been working on some good stuff. Eventually they'll get there. They're really early. Dead Drop has been one of the games I've been playing a lot from Dr. Disrespect. It includes NFTs in a very sustainable way. And there's tons of others. Phantom Galaxies is coming out with a big release here pretty soon. We just saw My Pet Hooligan launch on Epic Games, a great shooter. You can just jump in. And a lot of times, these NFTs and things give you that personality in games that people were talking about on that last panel or panel before that. Where these things can represent you in a unique way. Right now, you get a skin in COD, and that skin is available to everybody else in Call of Duty. But like in Dr. Disrespect's game, Dead Drop, there are 10,000 of these unique NFTs that can represent you like physically in the game, and then people know you like, oh, you're the dude with the heart on the visor and the purple heart. I know you. I can tell you by your in-game skin or NFT that represents that. So yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Any more questions? You had a question, did you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is when you're talking about the Facebook VR and stuff, and I was wondering what you thought about the Apple VR goggles, because I thought those looked pretty practical too. They kind of just have like the user interface and all that, but I kind of forgot the details of the question by now. But it was just something like that.
You know what, man? I'll tell you right now. Having to carry like a battery pack with like wire to the battery pack in your pocket, like that kind of sucks. That was the first thing I noticed when I saw. I was like, what is going on? How's this thing powered? It's like giant battery pack that they very cleverly hid in everything they did when they did that release for that. I don't see it really becoming mainstream either. Honestly, to be perfectly honest.
I want to ask these guys a question, because I got to be honest. Probably all of us want to be like you two? No, seriously. Like, let's clap it up for these guys right here, man. These guys are professional.
It's not loud enough. Let's get loud enough. People in the back.
These guys are professional.
There we go.
Video. I used to tell my mom, I don't want to go to school. I just want to sit here and play Atari, right? That's what they do, right? So, like, let me ask you a question. Like, first off, and feel free to answer in any order. Do you guys like, how does that make you feel to have accomplished that, right? Like you set out to do this thing, right? And that's what you've done. And you've been doing it for almost a decade, right? So how does that make you feel?
I think it's just like, for me, I played sports my whole life, so I was always a very competitive person. So for me, it was never really about money in the first place, because like, there's so many different ways to make money nowadays, bro. Like, if I really wanted to make some crazy money, I probably wouldn't be playing video games, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be making some kind of company or doing something crazy, right? Like, so for me, it was just my competitive drive that kept me going and playing all these years. Like, I just wanted to compete, I wanted to be the best, you know? That I got that from playing sports. I played hockey at a high level my entire life. I wanted to be the best in hockey, and just something that took over me was gaming. I just loved it more than hockey at the time. And like, imagine telling your dad that, who's been like paying to put you through like AAA hockey, which is like top of the line, you know, all this stuff. You're traveling all over the world playing hockey and stuff like that. You know, it was a big shock to him, and he was just like, you know what, like, if you are gonna do this though, at least be good at it. So I was like, I made damn sure I was good at it, right? And I made sure that I could win the tournaments I could win to be able to support myself through the journey that I have in gaming. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, you could be a gamer if you're not winning tournaments. You're not gonna get much. You know, you're not gonna get signed.
I'm trash at every game I play. But what it comes down to is you don't have to always be the best. It's great if that's your goal. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying you could also be a streamer and be a gamer and be successful without being top tier and being like, hey, I placed 5th in this crazy international tournament. It's just a way you approach it. It's a little bit different. That's all. You know?
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that like that's for everybody, just for me.
Exactly.
Like, my drive was to win. That's what I wanted to do. You don't have to be a professional gamer to make money.
Yeah.
You know, you could be a content creator, but it's two different things. If you're a low tier pro, like actual signed pro, you're not going to be making nearly as much as, you know, the guys that are winning every tournament. That was more so what I was trying to get at.
Or you got to win as well, though.
Yeah, for me, it's the same thing. At a young age, I was just very competitive. I think for me, I just enjoyed. I didn't like loading into a server and just getting owned. That's kind of how it started for me. I'm just like, dude, like,
You just hate Madden. That's what
it's not even that. It's just like I can't fathom like having a day, like whatever day that you do, you sit down and you're getting destroyed. Like, how are you happy about that? So like for me, I was like, no, I have to be the best. Like I just want to be
You
better.
learn to accept it.
Yeah. Nah, I could not accept it. So for me, it was the competitive drive. I was in sports as well. I did football, volleyball, cross country, track. I did it all growing up, all while gaming as well. So just that level of standard of competitiveness just stuck with me the entire time. And yeah, it was started off as a hobby. I didn't think I could ever make a living out of it. And then, luckily one day somebody hit me up and they're like, hey, I think you could do this. And
Not luck, brother.
So
paperwork is there, and I'm like,
Let me
this
ask
is
you a
crazy.
How many hours do you stay on? Like a week?
I mean, I probably do full-time, maybe overtime, maybe like 50, 60 hours a week. I mean, but I love it. It's like, I don't even know what day it is sometimes unless I have to be somewhere. It could be Monday, it could be Saturday.
You got that Monster Energy drink.
I want to emphasize, we're here talking about sports, right? We're talking about sports game. These are top tier athletes. These two gentlemen right here are some top tier athletes. And we're cool, right? We're cool. I think
Y'all dope. Come on.
we're cool, but we're not top tier athletes like these gentlemen, man. So it's something that like you guys should be talking to them after we're done here, asking them their motivation, because seriously, you're laughing, but you want to be like these guys, right? Don't you? So that's what I'm saying. So do I. It's real.
They actually brought up a good point with the hours thing. It's not like gaming in general is not like a 9 to 5, right? And especially when you're trying to be like the best gamer, like a professional gamer. A lot of the times, like, dude, like, I remember, like, on the grind, I was playing, like, 14 hours a day, bro, because if I didn't do it, there's some other little Korean kid that was gonna do it and take my spot, bro. And that's real. I played a game called Overwatch, which is dominated
You're gonna lose
by Koreans. Like, literally, I saw it in front of my eyes. I had a like, mixed team with Korean players and American players, and I got to see their work ethic, and it really pushed me. I was like, dude, I'm not doing enough. So, I thought I was playing a lot, playing like 8-9 hours a day. I see these kids over here playing like 12, 14-hour days. I'm like, wow. So it's actually really taxing on your mental to just sit in a chair all day and just look at a screen. So
I've done it, though.
People don't understand how hard it actually is.
You gotta have a comfy chair, bro.
200 million in GTA. I did that, right? But there's no way to gamify that. I would be a professional GTA player, but there's no way.
You get to make to cash out the rewards you make in GTA.
I wish.
You're like courtesy. No,
You gotta sell your money on the black market.
To sell my email.
sell it.
To sell my email.
Move on it. We got 45, 55. Okay.
Any takers? I know 2 people that buy stuff on the black market.
And to add to that, I mean, it's not just like 12 hours of like actually playing the game. It gets pretty like grindy. A lot of things, I think, like in everything in life, like the things that you don't want to do are the things that help you get better. There's film. You're in the server like by yourself. You don't go in with other people. You're in there by yourself, like practicing things, trying to just get better. Like that's a way into it as well, right? Just how you see basketball players show up to the court and practice and 100 threes before they go to bed. It's the same thing for us in a different aspect, right? If you're not doing that work, you're not going to get better. So that kind of plays into the time as well.
Do you like make sure that you have some kind of social life as well?
Oh, I mean,
people
absolutely.
like these games are like
I just took my last night.
I mean, you need to. Like I said, growing up, like,
hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we were out last night, bro.
Oh, okay.
so like, I mean, yeah, you need to. I think in anything, you never know. Like, growing up with sports and everything, wasn't even gaming when I was like 19. I had quit. I had my own business, so I learned like social aspects in other areas. For other people who are like, I never really was just a gamer, so I don't really know. For that regard, but it's important. You should stay healthy, go to the gym, whether if it's 2 days a week, 1 day a week, just go. It's good for your mind, it's good for everything. Don't just sit there and do nothing. You can have the time for that. There's no way that you don't. It's your health. Like that's the most important thing. So I leave you with that.